The 20 most haunted places in the world. From a ghostly castle in France to a paranormal pub in Britain, these possessed destinations are guaranteed to spook even the most skeptical of travelers. 1. Monte Cristo Homestead, New South Wales, Australia. The site, a late Victorian mansion, with intricate cast iron lattice work, built by wealthy landowner Christopher William Crawley in 1876. Reputedly Australia's most haunted house. The ghosts, take your pick. There's the young child who was dropped down the stairs, the maid who fell from the balcony, or the stable boy who burned to death. The most active, however, is the ghost of the son of the caretaker who was found curled up next to the dead body of his mother and chained up for 40 years. Current situation: the house currently operates as a B&B, offering dinner followed by a ghost tour where you can learn all about its gruesome past. Those who dare can spend the night in the haunted homestead. 2. Bangar Fort, Rajasthan, India. The site, the ruins of a fort city built in the 17th century. Bangar Fort consists of fort walls, bazaars, havelis, royal palaces, and numerous temples, with 3 grand stories you can explore. But do not be fooled by the beauty of these ruins, as they are ranked as the most haunted fort in India. The ghosts, a wizard called Singhiya and a princess called Ratnavati who spurned his advances. Legend has it that the enchanted oil he hoped would make her love him turned into a boulder when she threw it away, and it crushed him. But not before he cursed the palace, condemning the inhabitants to death, without any hope of rebirth. Another story suggests a local ascetic cursed the fort because its shadow overpowered his property. And apparently, if anyone attempts to build a roof for the fort, it will collapse. Current situation: Bangar Fort is now an archaeological site, known as the House of Ghosts. It is possible to hire a guide who can show you around the site and give you the details of its eerie past. Be sure to visit in daylight, as the fort is closed between sunset and sunrise, with locals convinced that anyone who spends the night amongst the ruins will never be seen again. 3. Myrtles Plantation, USA. Myrtles Plantation has been called one of the most terrifying places in America. The site, situated in the small town of St. Francisville, northwest of New Orleans, is the mansion of Myrtles Plantation, bordered by a 125-foot veranda. The stained glass front door leads into a grand foyer displaying a huge French crystal chandelier. The ghosts, with 10 people being murdered in the mansion itself. It's no surprise there have been so many reported ghost sightings, the most famous of which is Chloe, who had her ear cut off by her lover. She wears a green turban, peering intently at visitors while they're in bed, and has even appeared in a photograph. A more recent photo also shows another young girl, known as Ghost Girl, peering through the window of the house. More eerie sightings include a child bouncing on the beds, a soldier, a voodoo priestess, and the ghost of a previous owner who was shot in the chest has been heard staggering up the stairs where he died. Current situation: despite being known as the most haunted house in America, the plantation is now a pretty bed and breakfast offering 12 accommodations. Ghost tours are run from the site, and you can choose between daily tours or the spookier and more popular evening tours. And soon a new restaurant on site will bring fresh, local food to visitors. 4. Dragsholm Slot, Denmark. Dragsholm Slot is a haunted hotel in Denmark. The site, Dragsholm Slot, or Dragsholm Castle, was originally built in 1215, making it one of the oldest castles in Denmark and reportedly the most haunted castle in all of Europe. In the 16th and 17th century, parts of it were used to house prisoners of noble or ecclesiastical rank, and in 1694 it was rebuilt in a Baroque style. The ghosts: the castle is thought to be home to at least 100 ghosts, including the Earl of Bothwell, the husband of Mary Queen of Scots, who died as a prisoner in the castle. You may also see the White Lady wandering the halls, whose skeleton was found encased in a wall by builders in 1930. Current situation: the castle has been transformed into a luxurious hotel with lavish rooms and a Michelin-rated restaurant serving locally sourced food. The hotel offers their own guided tour explaining the history of the building, but for a truly terrifying experience, book a ghost tour including a 2-night stay, a tour highlighting the spooky occupants, and dinner at the gourmet restaurant. 5. Ancient Ram Inn, Gloucestershire, England. The site, built in 1145, the inn was used by priests who kept slaves and workers in there to help build the St. Mary's Church. Located in Watton-under-Edge, it is situated on 2 ley lines, places believed to have spiritual energy from Stonehenge. It has also been reported that it was the scene of a child sacrifice and devil worshipping. The ghosts: it is widely believed that the redirecting of water on the ancient Ram property caused a portal for dark energy to open up, meaning many ghosts haunt the inn. The witch's room is said to be haunted by a woman burnt at the stake in the 1500s as she was accused of being a witch. A high priestess has been spotted sitting on a bed, a centurion on horseback has been seen walking through the walls, the agonizing screams of a girl heard, a monk in the most haunted room, and even a succubus is said to slip into the beds of visitors. Current situation, despite being well known as one of the most haunted places in the world, featuring on TV programs such as Most Haunted and Ghost Adventures, the inn has changed hands several times in the recent past, making the owners difficult to track down. However, many paranormal events are hosted at the inn. 6. Castle of Good Hope, Cape Town, South Africa. The site, built in the 17th century by the Dutch East India Company, the Castle of Good Hope is South Africa's oldest building. The first ghost was spotted in 1915 when the apparition of a tall gentleman was seen jumping off the side of one of the castle walls, and then walking between the bastions Leerdam and Oranje. Another famous ghost, the Lady in Grey, was often seen running through the castle holding her face and crying hysterically, but has not been seen since a woman's body was found during excavations. Other unexplained events include the bell in the bell tower ringing of its own accord and the ghost of a black dog that pounces on unsuspecting visitors, then simply vanishes into thin air. Current situation, arguably one of the world's best preserved 17th-century buildings, the castle is now a popular tourist attraction with 3 prestigious museums, a memorial to Krotoa, the leader of the Khoi nation, and an opportunity to learn more of the hidden history surrounding the castle on a guided tour. You can also eat in the restaurant in the front courtyard and watch the key ceremony and cannon firing. 7. Hellfire Club, Montpelier Hill, Ireland. The site, the Hellfire Club, was a hunting lodge, built in 1925 for William Connolly, an Irish parliamentary speaker. The stones of the buildings are from ancient passage tombs, said to have angered the devil, which first associated the site with the supernatural. The lodge reportedly became a gathering place for a small group of Dublin elites who met for debauchery and devil worship. Its ruins sit atop the summit of Montpelier Hill in the foothills of the Dublin Mountains. The ghosts' tales of animal sacrifice, black masses, cloven-hoofed men and murder are linked to the structure. The most popular tale tells of a visit by a satanic creature, in the form of a man, who was only discovered when one of the players dropped a card and on picking it up, noticed the guest had cloven feet. On his discovery, the creature disappeared in a ball of flames. There are stories about a big black cat the size of a dog who took on a priest and haunts the lodge. The most regular ghostly visitor is a young lady, believed to have been placed in a barrel, set on fire and rolled down the hill for fun. Current situation, the Hellfire Club is a popular stopping point on a walking trail through the Dublin Hills. Ghost tours of the site are also available, with extra tours running for the week of Halloween. 8. Poveglia Island, Italy. 9. The Langham Hotel, London, England. The site, the 153-year-old Langham Hotel, has long been a staple of the high life in London. Literary legends Oscar Wilde and Mark Twain stayed here. And the luxury accommodation provides the setting for a famous Sherlock story, A Scandal in Belgravia, by Arthur Conan Doyle. The ghosts, as befits one of London's finest 5-star hotels, the ghosts that haunt the corridors here are a cut above too. Reports have suggested that there are at least 5 ghosts in the 500-room establishment, with room number 333 rumored to be the most haunted of all. Given the size of the hotel and its lengthy history, you could potentially run into any number of spirits. However, your haunting encounter could potentially be with one of the Langham's most esteemed ghostly guests, such as Napoleon III, the first president of France, or a German nobleman, who is said to kill himself in the hotel. Current situation, rebranded as the Langham Hilton in 1991 after a £100 million refurbishment, the hotel remains one of London's most iconic hotels. 10. Cheonei Church, Beijing, China. The site, Cheonei 81, commonly known as Cheonei Church, was first built in 1910, not as a church but as the North China Union Language School to teach Mandarin Chinese to missionaries from the West. From the 1930s, the Chaoyangmen neighborhood of Beijing's most imposing house served as a Catholic church, until the communist government took control of the building in the 1950s. Truth be told, there's still a bit of dispute as to the building's true origins. The Ghosts, one grisly tale about Cheonei Church's origin suggests it was the home for a Chinese National Party official in 1949. That story didn't end so well. So, depending on your luck, you'll either come across the government official's mistress, who killed herself there after their breakup, or a group of 3 drunk construction workers who broke into the building and were never seen again. Eerily, the temperature of the house is said to be much colder than the rest of Beijing, even during the summer. Current situation, the house is still abandoned, though. It's considered the most haunted place in Beijing, and is left undisturbed by the city's wider population, wary of the ghostly householders. Unless, of course, there's an opportunity to film a movie there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more top 10 videos.